Last few years haven't been easy for the education sector given the impact of the coronavirus and the unrest in KZN and parts of Gauteng, which brought about a decline in the matric pass rate. Now the sector finds itself facing an even bigger problem. As the exam season nears, pupils are having to study whenever they have electricity or lose out on online material as Eskom battles to keep the lights on. With less than a month before exams, concerns have been raised over whether matric pupils will be ready come D-Day and whether this year will yield improved results. eNCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is following these developments. Let's cross live to her now for the latest. Lethiwe, I see you are with pupils there. What are they saying to you? I mean, it's already normal to be nervous about your final exams, but if you're faced with all these challenges, what do you do?
Of course, Masako, and they've been sharing how nervous they are for their exams. It's 30 days until they have to sit. And right now we're in Umthwalume High School, where we've been speaking to the pupils and as well as the Education MEC, finding out if they are ready for these exams, especially because right now the country is experiencing rolling blackouts, which means that a lot of pupils have been affected. I mean, studying in the dark is something very difficult, but I'll let them tell the story. Right now I'm actually joined by a few pupils. Mia, I understand that you have been affected by load shedding. Are you ready though for your exams, and how exactly have you been affected?
Well, it's quite difficult to access the correct resources needed, for example, memos and even printing past papers, because once you get home after writing, which is like 5 p.m. in the afternoon, you are unable to print past papers or even access them on your laptop.
But are you ready for your exams? Are you excited?
I am ready, but with load shedding, you obviously have to prepare way ahead of time because you never know when the stage is going to be pushed up and whether you're going to have power once you get home.
So what have you been doing when you get home and there's no power? Like, how do you study?
Well, to study at home, we usually have a flashlight or the torch on my phone, and then hopefully the laptop is charged where you can access past papers and memos, and then we just work through the memos using a torch.
Thank you so much. I also want to bring in another pupil here, Mohammed. I understand that you've also been affected by load shedding, just like Mia has explained, but take me through your problems.
When I come home and there's no lights, immediately I start stressing, and as if the lights go out, that means there's also no water, there's no reception, so it's also very difficult to use the internet. A lot of my soccer games even get cancelled, so it's hard to de-stress from school and activities like that. But I feel that I'm almost prepared for my finals, hopefully.
And I know that you're one of the top students here in KZN when it comes to maths. Congratulations on that. But of course, like, this affects you as a student when you don't have any lights and you come home, you want to study, you want to make sure that you get your top marks and remain the top student. What are some of the interventions or plans that you've put in place to make sure that you're not affected?
Sometimes my father feels really sorry for me, and fortunately he rents a inverter, but mainly during our exam period, and that helps a lot. I'm very thankful for that. I'm very blessed with the family that I have, but unfortunately it's just a lot of planning. Planning is very important to success.
Yeah. And do you think that the fact that there's no electricity most of the time in the country has affected your learning for this time?
Definitely. A lot of our resources are given to us by our teachers online. It's hard to access them when there's no internet. There's no reception as well. It makes our learning this year very difficult.
What would you say to our government, or just a message to other matriculants out there?
Well, we've all passed matric, or all of them have, and I think they have the skills necessary to help the government plan ahead and to help them prevent load shedding, especially during exam times when they know that this is important for our country, for all of us to pass, so that we can obviously work towards degrees for jobs.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Well, Masako, those are the matriculants that I've been speaking to, and like they are saying, it's been very difficult for them to prepare and study for their exams, especially with the rolling blackouts, but they are very fortunate that their parents are able to rent inverters. But some learners, especially here in KZN, because it's mostly a rural province, they are not so fortunate, so they have to make other means to try and study for their matric exams.
All right, Lethiwe Mdluli live for us in KZN. Let's leave it there for now.